Hi guys, welcome back to another fully operational video podcast of the Star Wars LCG. This time, again, joined by Sam on the left there, playing as Darkside, versus my good self on the right. How you doing, Sam?
I'm doing all right, thanks.
Good, just choosing your cards there, choosing your hand, and your objectives at the table. Carbonite Transport, Lucrative Contract, and Tatooine Crash. So, straight away, capturing those cards and triggering some mechanics for the Scum. Got to be happy with that.
Moving them around as well, just so they're not in one place for you to kind of take them all back in one fell swoop.
Indeed, in the line of fire. So, and my deck made a bit of a meta call here. I assumed everyone would be teching to play against the prevalent freeholders and dashes. So I went back to the classic sleuth rush vehicle spam. That did me well a couple of tournaments earlier in the year, so I'm quite comfortable with this. But worth noting, this is from the regional event at Darksphere on the 11th of May 2014 in London. So I think this is one of the earlier Swiss rounds.
Yeah, second round, I think this was in the Swiss.
And did you have a bye from a previous tournament win?
No, I didn't win a tournament. That's the thing, I was quite lucky to get a bye. I think Chris and Spike both got byes. And so then, because there was 11 of us, there was then an odd number. So
I got the odd number.
Yeah, quite like
9 points.
Yeah, I was quite happy with that, I gotta say.
Jabba's Palace, turn 1. Ouch. I forgot about that, and that's, looking back, not something I want to see ever again.
Yeah, just getting the Tatooine Crash up to 7 health just really helps against Sleuth Scouts, and, well, I've mainly attacked against the Freeholders, and so I thought the extra damage would certainly do me well against them as well.
Well, if nothing else, just 3 extra health on objectives. It's adding to the light side's requirement and win condition. So, never something you want to see as a light side player. But discarding an iron cannon, no vehicle units on your side of the board, so a bit useless at this point in the game. And draw into a dash.
Yeah, take that.
It's an interesting one. At dash for me, first turn, especially when I'm looking down the neck of a Weequay Elite there. I don't think Dash is someone I play early game. I tend to favour him as a late game, out of nowhere, you can't block, bye-bye objective. I don't think he can really swing the tempo of a game on turn 1 for me. I could be wrong, but I prefer, especially in this deck, to get the vehicles out quickly.
Yeah, especially considering is that certainly at this point you don't have any resources out. Just dropping a single dash probably like counter to your kind of general quite aggro deck vibe thing.
Yeah, that's it. I can play most vehicle cards for 1 by discarding out of my hand. So why play a dash for 4 when you can get 2 or 3 units out? So quite happy with seeing the protectors early on. They're always nice. Keep you in control of where the damage hits on your side of the table. And I have no idea why I'm attacking with a protector that you can just kill. Oh, there we go.
I remember that being quite a shock to the system. I hadn't really thought about Rebel Assault for quite a while yet, and just coming out straight up against it.
No, neither did I. Good thing I was not as stupid as I thought I was. So, goes in, gets some damage on the objective.
I think, I used a Corrupt Official there.
Yeah.
I think, because you would against the odds activate as well, so just to stop 2 damage getting through and only take the
unopposed.
Yeah.
And so Sleuth, Traitorous Wingguard can block. Unit cost 1. So
I do go forward for it. I think I just wanted to get cards out of your hand, just so I would have a free run.
So both dump our hands. Dash versus your 4. So Traitorous gets the strike. Puts 1 damage on the Sleuth. I can move it. Probably shouldn't, looking back, but yeah, I am a noob, so I move it and focus and go home.
Yeah, I think I also wanted to get rid of my hand, and also to stop you getting your Edge Enable Blast icon there, just to try and mitigate the damage early on.
Which that combined with turning off my icons and Jabba's Palace is making an uphill struggle for me. And drawing 6 fresh new cards while still holding the Force, so not the worst turn 1. Another Weequay, 2 Weequays.
Quite pleased with that.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Yeah, with 6 resources out, I think, Although, I am looking at it a bit apprehensive just because obviously the weak ways can't really do anything to stop the sleuths. And I think at this point, I kind of, well, I say by this point, I should hope so by this point, I kind of saw that you were playing sleuths, and so the weak ways, while being very useful for defending in general, just against the sleuths, kind of can't do much.
Well, you got to remember, you could go in the offensive with at least one of them and tactics the sleuth out for next turn.
I think I don't.
But you go, stay defensive, take the dark side, or keep the dark side.
Oh, I think I've got an Utini in my hand as well.
Which is the enhancement?
Yeah. I think at this point I kind of really wanted to choke out your resources, but you've got the resources from Defensive Yam 4, that's got a hidden outpost in it.
For vehicle zone, yeah. So I don't seem to remember many resource cards hitting the table, but you don't, as long as you see the vehicle cards, you don't need them. You can just discard down, and I think that's what I'm trying to do now. I see one blockade runner in my hand, so surely that's hitting the table. And the second one, is that? Oh, I think I do remember, yeah.
You're discarding 2 cards there. Oh no.
I think I'm just working out the maths in my head now, which
right, yeah.
shouldn't be that difficult, but yeah, there we go. Make the decision, Andy. Pay 2, discard 2. Yeah, Smuggler's Run and a Botham.
Do you do the same again, or do you keep the target with opportunities?
I think that was the decision I had, so I think I went balls to the wall, really.
Yeah. I think, definitely, considering I only had the weak ways, you've now got 3 engagements that are all going to be unopposed.
Yeah.
I think definitely the right call to make in this situation.
I just need to try and avoid your tactics icons coming back and ruining my day, really. But yeah, definitely, I see your 2 weak ways and raise you 2 blockade runners. I raise the stakes, as it were. Sorry guys, unsubscribe if you don't like those jokes, because there will be more.
Every Star Wars podcast come out.
So they both go in and they're both doing
an ungodly amount of damage. Yeah.
Against all odds it is activated, 2 plus the 3rd from against all odds and unopposed. So.
And the dial's at 3 at this point, and all 3 of my starting objectives, either 1 health or 2 health away from destruction.
But I think this is where, commit to the Force doesn't do anything, even though I think it does. Yep, there we go. This is where I think it could start to turn. Yeah, not happy with that. It could start to turn sour, because I think if you do decide to go offensive with those tactics icons, then those big hitters.
Offensively, are they?
No. And you've got a couple more in that deck, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, I've got 1 more weak way, and then I've got the 4 Jaws, of course.
The Jawas, yes.
Yes.
0 cost workhorses of most Scum decks.
Yeah, in fact, I think I see one in my hand already. Yeah, and the Outer Rim Space Pirates as well. Got their tactics. But obviously none of these are really helping defensively, just because none of them are 2 costs or lower, with the exception of the Jawas.
True. So what's running through your head at this point then? Are you just thinking tactics me out to stall for time?
I saw the Outer Rim Space Pirates, I saw the Jawas, and at this point I was thinking, just get out those tactics icons. If I've got 3 on the board at the moment, with the Jawas I'll have 4 out. I can focus out your 3 main attackers instead of spare change for defense, as it were.
Did you leave a weak way open for the defense, do you think, or?
I think I do leave a weak way open for a defense, which is probably a questionable decision considering that it can't defend against quite a few of your cards. Although you've got both the blockade runners out, and I think at this point I have captured maybe 1 of your sleuths.
Okay, so your objectives. Yeah.
You've got 2 sleuths available still in your deck. So I think I was considering probably there wouldn't be many more sleuths coming out.
Okay.
So I felt reasonably safe going in with the Jawa, and also just because I could be sure of winning the edge on my turn with. Well, you've got no cards, do you? So
yeah, that's one of the things you have to come to terms with this light side is just you don't have any cards in hand to be able to win an edge if you need it. So you're purely relying on the black icons, which is never a bad thing. But I
think a bit of indecision there about who to go forward with.
So the pirates go in and tactics out. So my board is not coming back for a few turns.
I think at this point I was a bit shaken by coming against the sleuths. and obviously having that rather dangerous amount of damage on all my objectives. But I think this turn certainly helped me feel a bit more in control, just having your entire board kind of focused down.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as daunting as it might at first appear, especially with those transports hitting my hand. There's no sleuths as far as
Oh,
I can see.
transport. Yeah. Not what you want to see in your hand.
No, that will get discarded to make something cheaper. That's for sure. For 4 cost, it's just when you're looking at, red 2, I think, and a protector. It's no real decision to be made. Shifty, I hope, hits the table.
I think you do at this point. I think he does come out and gets committed to the force, but I think we'll see.
Protector.
But yeah, I mean,
yeah. Sorry, Sam.
the reaction on the bulk transport. I think I tried once to make a decker running around it, so being able to draw into those 2 cost units and bring them out, and it just kind of goes against the pod itself, because obviously in the pod you've got the 2 protector units, which are both vehicles, so they can't be brought out by the bulk transport itself. So
you've got to look elsewhere for the synergy.
Yeah, a bit of a naff card, I think. I think Jedi have quite a lot of 2 cost units, but then you're playing a Jedi weenie deck, like running Guardians of Peace and even the old ways.
You never know what cards are on the horizon, so
could be new meta. Yeah.
Well, if anyone's going to change the horizon of the meta in the UK, you're going to be right there, Sam, I think. So good units from my side, I think. Protector, never too bad to see a second Protector hit the table. The Shifty and now red 2. And I think
I don't have any. Don't think I've got any corrupt officials in my hand at this point as well. So I'm really staring down this barrel, kind of not liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and if I'm honest, I completely forget about the corrupt officials that you guys have available. Like I say, Scum, not something I've typically fought too much against. I probably need to start doing my homework on that one. But surely red 2 goes in first here.
Yeah, I think this brings up like an interesting rules thing, but I imagine we'll get there in a bit.
Oh, with it, yes, that's true. A bit of an error on my part, I think. I think red 2 does go in.
Yeah,
I'm pointing at him. That is my card. Yeah, there he goes.
And I think I see this and kind of because the way it works, where he refreshes after he destroys the objective, because he's still in the engagement with the objective, he doesn't recharge.
Yeah, you've got to. The only way to do it on himself is if you get it with the unopposed, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. So I kind of saw this and just thought, there's no point really risking the weak way's life on this one.
Yeah, call it a day. Give me the objective, and he goes home. Oh, be a sleuth? No.
Where is it?
I think it's a B-wing.
Oh yes, it's red. It's blue leader.
Blue Squadron leader. The character B-wing is one of my favourite cards in this deck. I think just the raw damage output on that card.
With the protectors out, it's 2 objective damage itself, and then doesn't it do an extra objective damage to
another one?
Yeah.
You can just leave it to do its work, and like I say, make sure it stays safe with the protectors. Trying to figure out the maths here. Can I get 3 in one turn? I think probably yes. That's got to be going against Carbonite Transport, assuming the Shifty can get unopposed on Lucrative, is my thinking here.
Yeah. I think that was a twist I just played there. I think I had 2 twists in my hand or something like that at this point. And then you're obviously considering whether to ditch the...
yeah, I'm fairly sure that is a twist, because I do remember wanting to punch you. Yeah, there it is. So I don't need the edge here, because I'm just after the black blast. But you do ditch a card to deactivate against all odds, so...
Yeah, that's why. I was wondering why I was ditching the card, but yeah.
So I'm only going to do the one if I live, and I'm not sure I let him live.
I don't know why... Oh no, that's why I did that, yeah. So I just wanted to stop all the objective damage full stop. I was thinking, I could have done the damage to the weak way and then focused out the Shifty Lookout, just to really stop him from...
coming in
Yeah.
on Lucrative. So I go home, and the shifty, yeah,
There we go. That's the end of the lucrative contract.
objective number 2. So all I'm looking at now is trying to make sure that your defending wall stays down, and carbonite transport is looking tempting.
Do I miss the Jawa returning to my hand? That's a bit.
2 Jabba's orders.
Looking at both the cards that I just had captured a second ago.
I've seen those. Yep, keep an eye on them. It's that capture and release program you've got going on. You tag my B-wing and track it through its mating life.
Yes.
Jawa does go back. Good catch.
Pick Jawa. I don't know what I discard there actually. I didn't get a good look at it. Might have been the Jawa itself.
No, Jawa's there. So
yeah. Probably not a very useful card at this point.
Vice Visions. I think I saw a corrupt official.
Yes, the
infamous.
Yes.
So
All
good.
of them coming out. I was certainly quite happy to see him on this turn.
No cost associated with that ability, is it? Just discard from your hand. No resource cost.
Really powerful just to be able to completely switch off. Yeah, I'd taken them anticipating obviously the freeholders and just being able to cancel out the 2 damage, the 2 raw damage from a freeholder.
Yeah.
It really helps with things. What am I paying for here? Oh, paid informant. Yeah, I think I just wanted to get some objective damage down to really kind of put the pain on your objectives at this point.
It's a 2-cost blocker as well, which is never bad to see against the vehicle sleuths and such.
I don't know why I've got 3. Oh, I think I do the same thing that I did against Chris, in that I've got the 3 resources open, and I'd play captured on your turn again. So
okay.
I think I have that.
Let's see.
I think that's why I've left the 3 resources open.
So Spice Visions for 0. So the week we go in and do
Double
more
tactics.
So you really don't want to see those blockade runners coming.
I just
back.
wanted to keep them out as long as possible.
Don't blame you. Don't blame me with that one. And the pirates going in and tactics to sleuth, so you don't have to worry about the unblockables.
Oh, and then
the Jawa as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I just wanted everyone out.
Just all the big hitters are now, because none of them are elite, so can't fault it. Shifty and the protector.
Yeah, I think the lucrative contract's going down and not being able to refresh the weak way that I committed to the force at the bottom. That was a bit of a pain not being able to do that.
Okay. So again, not too healthy from my side this turn. If I can see those vehicles come back into play, then that makes things a lot easier. So if I can see some kind of Cloud CPU operative or something of that nature, that would help a lot. But I don't think I see anything. No, both in the smuggling compartment.
Oh, and the B-wing, yeah.
The B-wing would help. The B-wing definitely.
Oh yeah, I think this is where you turn the B-wing into a really nasty monster, just attaching the astromech to it.
The astromech, for +1 unit and blast damage. It's quite brutal in the vehicle deck.
3 guaranteed blast damage with the protectors out. It's not going anywhere either.
No, so the B-wing does hit the table. What do I use to pay for it? Supporting fire, I think, as well from the.
I kind of haven't seen a lot of that. I don't remember seeing a lot of it being played this regional. I think
it's tricky especially with the one that obviously they only come in the limit 1 of decks that you saw in the multiplayer expansion.
Yeah.
And not all those pods are played, I guess. So
yeah.
The astromech does attach to the B-wing blue leader, so he is a beast when it comes to objective damage. So I'm thinking back. I think I've got this game won at this point, and just I don't know what I'm doing there, but just beefing up this B-wing.
With the astromech and the smuggling compartment.
Yep. I think just playing it safe.
I don't know, so what I've got a bounty, an explosive charge, and a corrupt official, I think, at this point.
Yeah. So that's so the second attachment there allows me to draw a card when he attacks. So I'm thinking this is over, but if if memory serves.
See what you picked up, to be honest.
So supporting fire versus yours, so I can choose to ditch another card into the battle.
I've got 2, and you've got 1, and you've got I think it's a 1-pip, a Y-wing. Yeah, 1-pip Y-wing.
So it's not going to help.
Yeah. So I do the damage to him. And then craft official.
And I was not expecting that, and that was probably one of the more vigorous card flips I've ever seen. So saves it, and just doesn't even get the unopposed, I don't think.
No, just didn't have the edge enabled second unit damage, so just couldn't get rid of that paid informant.
And obviously can't attack that objective again, so I'm thumbing my card there, wondering what to do now. I think you've just got to commit, and yeah. Hope my big swingers come back next turn.
Yes, which I really wasn't hoping for.
So dial up, it's ticking the dial up again. It's eking the game out longer than I was hoping for. It must be on 8, or looks like 8.
I remember it got up quite. I think I've got my score sheet somewhere. Yeah, I think we got up quite high. I'm not sure what it is at now, but I know what we finish on, but I don't think I want to reveal it.
So I can see a slave in your hand, and what else?
I think Slave 1, Prize Possession, Gamorrean Guard, Twist of Fate, Jawa, and a Prize Possession.
So the Jawas, again, you've got the tactics icons to keep my big hitters locked out for the rest of the game, effectively, if you wanted to. Prize Possession for extra resources.
I think... I can't remember what I was thinking at this point. I was trying to do some... So with the dial was at 8, I think, so I really wanted to maybe get the dial up a bit more.
Yeah, 2 damaged, 3... Well, they're all damaged, actually, but Defensive Yavin and Prepare for Evac, both a little bit hurting.
Play the Slave 1.
Now, remind me Slave's ability, so he obviously has... Black combat icons for days, but does he get more blast damage for capture cards?
Yes, he gets an extra blast damage for each for every objective that has a capture card underneath it. So I think at this point it was on 3 black objective damage.
Just a wall of defense coming out from you now. So
yeah, see, I think this might be where I'm trying to remember if I've got enough. I don't think I've got enough blast to destroy all 3 of your objectives, but I think I've got enough to maybe destroy 2. I've got the Slave 1, which on the unopposed could destroy against all odds. Oh, I think I forgot the paid. Yeah, I think I forgot the shifty lookout there.
Oh, the hand cap. Well, learning exercise.
Yeah.
But yeah, Slave comes in. No, does he? Surely he can take care of pretty much any objective on his own. So surely you swing with Slave.
I think there was a lot of thinking going on my part here whether I could potentially destroy objectives, but I've got 2 paid informants and Slave 1, so Slave 1 can certainly see off one of the objectives on his own, and then with 2 paid informants could see off another, but I'm not sure whether I properly do that.
Yeah, you do need to destroy all 3 to tick up to 12, I think, this turn, so
yeah,
it's just whether those... I think you do have enough tactics icons to both take out my objectives and tack my units out for another turn, so
yeah, certainly got him.
Let's see, so Jawa.
Oh, Jawa.
Jawa Assault, is it?
Yeah, double Jawa.
Oh, TD! And a weak way, okay, so...
Yeah, triple tactics coming out. And you've got the 1 card which was a Y-Wing, wasn't it?
Y-Wing for 1 pip, so I don't think he's not winning any edge battles. I've only got the 2 defenders up. And I kind of want to keep that protector around, I think, for as long as I can.
Yeah.
This is where my memory is failing me.
Yeah, I think I just want to get the tactics out. I want to keep those blockade runners out for another turn.
Yeah.
I think you don't want to defend. I think with your Y-Wing you kind of thought that you couldn't really win the edge battle.
So yeah, the B-Wing's focused out as well as both blockade runners, so all the heavy hitters gone, so it's kind of just the sleuth that you're really worried about at this point. Bobber comes in Slave 1 against... It's got to be against all odds, surely.
I think I make a mistake here. I think I went for defensive M4, And this is where I made the mistake. I could have taken, if I'd have gone against all the odds, I could have maybe taken out both the objectives.
Right.
But I went for the top, defensive M4. I didn't feel particularly safe in taking out the objectives, so I thought just take out one of them.
And defensive Yavin, never a bad one to see, because this deck really does, not so much in the late game once you've got a board with blockades already out, but without that objective on the table, suddenly your vehicles, you have to actually pay for your units, which is a novel concept. So so Slave does his job, no messing around.
Yeah, definitely want to see that out of the way.
No edge enabled icons on that card is just brutal. You can just send him in, not need to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Rearranging?
Yeah, I think I'm putting all my free units
on the right.
I'm a bit disappointed that Slave 1 doesn't quite measure up to the Falcon in terms of like sheer power, but I think it's still a pretty decent card in its own right.
True. Same cost. It's a good comparison.
So I managed to take out the 2 blockade runners in the B-wing, but not the other sleuths and
across the Ianoit. So that's a beautiful thing to see from my side.
It's always a risk when you play against sleuths destroying an objective, because like you might have raised the stakes and you destroy it and you got that out of the way, and then it just flips into across the Ianoit or another raise the stakes, and you're just looking at more objective damage coming out.
Seems to be a common theme against the smugglers. Is when you're playing vehicles, it could be another across the Ianoit. If you're playing freeholders or dash, it could be things like false report that ruin your day. So it definitely makes the dark side player think about what they want to be attacking. Which is never a bad thing. More decisions to be made in the game makes it a bit more thrilling. And I think there's a rebel assault. So I mean, hopefully,
So you need to get the damage up to 6 at this point. Then.
Yeah. So the Jabba's Palace. So I think hopefully I don't forget that and just rebel assault and think I've won. But 6 cards in hand.
I can't remember if I've got any corrupt officials in my hand at this point.
2 cards, it looks like, so I hope not, for my sake. 3 defenders up from you, so 2 paid informants and a weak way.
Yeah. You need to do 3 damage to Carbonite Transport.
Yeah, so I've got to assume. I'm assuming I've only got to do 1 in my head, and then can pay for a rebel assault, and hopefully leave the rebel resource open. Andy, good boy. Another B-wing.
I think, yeah. You assumed you had defensive M4 there or something.
Oh, yes, good point. Good point. So, paying for vehicles is not something you're used to. So, B-wing costs 2.
So, what have you got free? You've got the Sleuth Scout, you've got Red 2, you've got the B-wing, the Y-wing Protector, and the Shifty Lookout.
Yeah.
I think you're going in with just the sleuth at this point.
Yeah, so I think your weak ways can't block him if he goes in on his own. I only need it to do the 1 from across the Ianoit, so I'm basically assuming you can't kill me. So even if I lose the edge, I'll strike second, do 1 with across the Ianoit.
And then get the rebel assault.
Rebel assault, I think, is the maths in my head. So it's a bit risky. I'm hoping you don't have a heat of battle. But I guess even if I do, it's Protector.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know what I played at this point. Keeping my cards too close to my chest, as it were. Can't even anticipate what I'm doing. Yeah, so it's got 3. So you want the rebel assault to come out after you've done the 1 objective damage from across the Ianoit.
Yeah, I think in my head I'm looking at the Protector and thinking, regardless whether I win or not, the rebel assault will see me through, and hopefully. So dump another one to the edge, and I'm just praying you don't have the correct official at this point.
Twist away 6 pips.
Yeah, nicely done. Don't play the rebel assault, Andy.
I've got.
Yeah. So I'm only going to play that 1 card in the edge because I want the rebel.
It's not a corrupt official.
But you do win, I think, with only 1 force pip on my side. So
yeah.
So protect the Protector, yeah.
And then here comes the damage, and then The Rebel Assault.
So kill the paid informant with 1.
Yeah, you have to
Rebel
hold.
Assault.
Yeah.
Oh, hang there.
See that.
Yeah, Rebel Assault. It's saved my bacon a couple of times for sure. But a good game. Good game. Again, Sam, your deck's taking things a lot closer to the wire than potentially they look at first in the first few turns. But yeah, close game. Close game. Definitely wasn't happy to see that slow down with all the tactics. So well played. So stay with us, guys. We'll move into game 2, and I think Chris has got to get the dial up beyond. Sam has got to get the dial up beyond 8 or 9.
I think I've got the tournament sheet and it says 9. So
9. So we've got to take it to. Got to take for the long game in the second one. So join us for the second cast, guys. Cheers. Also, guys, don't forget to check out the UK and Ireland Star Wars LCG Facebook page, as well as the UK's best Star Wars podcast, Frozen in Carbonite. Links to both are in the description.